Now I know what you're thinking. Haven't you done this before, Airsoft Mike? Well, actually, I've done it more than once before, but this is the one bought in 2025, and we're going to have a quick look to see if there's anything different. I mean, there is already. I mean, look at the box. Look at the name.
This is another Airsoft Mike production.
Hey, Tactical, welcome back to the channel, everybody. This, wait for it, is the Hawsan, aka Farsan, aka without the A, San, the HS Mad Max double barrel airsoft long shotgun.
The iconic Mad Max double-barreled sawn-off shotgun. There's a full-length double-barrel shotgun with the aid of a hacksaw turned into this.
Right, first things first. You're too big. Nice. So yeah, like I said before, just shove you there. Like I said before, the box is different. Look at the original one that I did 10 years ago. And now look at the one I did 6 years ago. Now look at what you're getting over 10 years later. A beautifully plain black box with no doubt who the brand is, but still I would take no notice of that. And as I go through this video, you will see why. So let's get it open. Let's see if anything has changed apart from the box. Ah, you're looking at history there on the table 10 years ago. I remember that video well. It's had millions of views, you know, back in the day when YouTube saw my channel and other similar channels differently. So here we go. 2025 unboxing. So I bought it again. I literally bought this week. And I must admit, very, very stylish and simple. So you get, oh nice, I like how they're doing things. Anyway, so in there should be 2 cartridges. Hold on. Yes, 2. Nice. Now it kind of looks like there's another box there, but it's not really. It's just there to keep this beautiful stock in place. And talking about the stock, if you look at the side of the screen here, right there, you can see the original one. Can you see how they've made the wood look even more gorgeous and beautifully dark? Now remember earlier when I said to take no notice of that name, I didn't really mean it, because that is how this is branded, and it is from, now I'm going to say hwasantoys.com, and I'll tell you why in a moment, even though there's no A between the H and the W. Right, let's get it out. I tell you what, this does look stunning. Right, point of correction. I've just worked it out. That one from before, that's not from 10 years ago. That's from 6 years ago. Okay, that was sent to me by Swit. Okay, this is the one I bought this week. Yes, so that's correct so far. This is the baby from 10 years ago, but it didn't come like this. I literally took off the barrel extensions to make it an airsoft sawn-off version. So this baby is the original goat from 10 years ago. It used to be longer. Then, as I said, Swit sent me that one at the back, even though I have no dealings with them anymore. Still grateful, because they did send me a lot. And then I bought this beautiful one in the middle right here. So as I mentioned before, you can see the differences in the stain, as it were. Look at that. Now I know everyone has different tastes. So what you see as looking better may be different to what I see as looking better. But for me personally, I think this one looks beautiful. That's gorgeous, but this one looks even more gorgeous with that sort of more darker stain that it's got on there. But again, you may think differently. So in terms of the rest of these, and for now I'm not talking about the short one, these two long ones right here, everything else from what I can see is exactly the same. Even down to the annoying seam right there, because you know they didn't, and I wish they had, they didn't make this so it's a continuously long barrel. That remains the same. But if they hadn't have done that, I wouldn't have been able to convert the original long one to this short one. And the main reason why I did take off the extensions is because it's got a pistol grip on it. Now, before I test it again, well, the 2025 purchase, this is why I said take no notice of what you saw on the box. Take a look at what it says on the new one. Let me just move this one out of the way. Do you see that? It literally says Hawsan, H-A-W space S-A-N. And it's exactly the same for the original one before that. They all say the same thing, including this little baby. But for some reason on the box, it's got H-W-S-A-N all together. Maybe it's because in the Western world we may not understand how things are done over that side of the world, in the Eastern side. But to complicate things even more, yes, this bad boy from 6 years ago, which also says Hawsan, came in a box that said Farsan. What? Now I don't have to go through all the features. It is literally the same shotgun. So far, it is literally just the box that it came with. However, there are different types of cartridges that are available. So you've got the ones like these that will take 6mm BBs, and then you've got the other ones that will take 8mm BBs. And unlike quite a few other airsoft shotguns on the market, you're not stuck with just 1 or maybe 2 or 3 BBs. The manufacturers say you can put 5, up to 5 in these. If you've watched my previous videos on the older versions of these, you would have seen that you can actually put up to 7. But it's recommended just to do 5. Now what would be interesting is to see whether this is still as powerful as the other two. If you remember the videos I did before, you know my velour target system? It literally rocked it back and forward, okay? No other airsoft gun, not even the full auto ones, were capable of doing that. But for some reason, these bad boys literally rocked. I tell you what, let me not talk about it, let's be about it. Look, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get these spent ones out, put in a couple more, and pull both triggers. That literally rocked the table. Oh! That literally rocked the table. So if you remember from the first time I did this, the first couple of times, you literally separate, and now there's a difference straight away. The original complaints, well, one of the original complaints with these cartridges is that once you're ready to get them out of the airsoft shotgun, sometimes the front part stays in and this comes off in your hand and you're left with that in the shotgun because they were fairly loose. You just saw how difficult that was for me to take that off. So there's an improvement. Or was that just a one-off? Well, here's the other one. Let's try again. No, that is rock solid. Decent. Finally. However, to keep it fully real with you, there's the original 2 from one of the other older unboxings. Let's see if there's a difference, because I could have just been lucky with the 2 I just got recently. So this is one of the original one, and straight away I can see it. Look, if you get a bit closer, it's already loose, which means that will come off very easily. However, again, I'm not going to cut the camera, no trickery here. Zoom out a little bit. There's the second of one of the original cartridges. Is it the same? Well, it isn't, no. In fact, to be fair, that was a little bit more firmer, but not as firm as these ones that I just literally unboxed today. Now, you could say it's because maybe the original ones had a bit more use, so they got a bit more loose. But you know what? Time will tell. So let me just get these ready just to see if we're dealing with the same sort of power. Now, as you can see there, nothing has changed with these new ones in terms of how they look, but down there you can see your valve, and that's where you fill it up. Just, oh, hang on. Should I put more in there? Yeah, it can do it. That'll do. So what I've done here, I've put a single BB in that one. So I reckon the FPS is going to be crazy on that. But on this one, I'm going to put the recommended 5. Right, so this one has a single BB in it. There. Put it that way again. It disappears. Nice. Very silent as well. And this one has 5. But as you can see, you can't see any BBs because there's literally room for 2 more. But I'm just going to use 5. There they are. In fact, if I go like that, you can see them. Make them go back down again. Nice. Right, so I'm just going to put these back on there, and always be careful not to touch the base, because for obvious reasons. Now, some would say it will be safer to actually put the top part on the base, on the gas reservoir, with it sitting on the table. But imagine if your table had a little lump or a little bit of detritus that is quite solid that could accidentally touch the center. So yeah, just be careful. So at this point in the video, I'm just going to make sure it works. Okay, so as per, love it, brake action. And there you go, that's what it looks like down the chambers, down the barrels. Now you do have your safety switch there, so at the moment, if I pull it back, it's ready to fire. And of course, just like its real counterpart, which I believe the real steel is a Bentley shotgun. Doesn't that sound rich and posh? But anyway, yeah, look, 2 triggers. You can fire each barrel independently, as I explained in my first 2 videos, or together. Oh, that never gets old. So what I'm going to do, the one with the single BB goes into the right one, and the one with 5 will serve the left barrel. Now, I'm not going to close it just yet. I just want to show you that when you pull the right trigger, there's the right pin and there's the left one. Nice. Pull them together. Come on. Right, iPro on. Single BB from the right barrel. And let me just make sure I've got my finger only on that right trigger, because if I accidentally pull that left one, goodbye to this Chrono machine's screen. Right, here we go. Take it off safe, of course. Woo! That made me jump yet again. And oh my gosh, what did I tell you? Did I not tell you that the FPS was going to be insane if you use 1 BB? Right, the left trigger, iPro on. Now, as you can see there, the Chrono went a little bit crazy because 5 BBs was going through at a rate with a lot of gas too, but then it gave me the final of 403 dead on. It actually said 6 BBs. I'm sure I only put 5 in, so it could have been some of the gas registering also. But what would be interesting is to see what the average is and look. But again, don't really take any notice of what you're looking at here, because with gas and 5 BBs and the distance I was from the Chrono, I would hazard a guess that those readings are rough, very rough. Now, remember when I said some people have reported issues over the years of half the cartridges remaining in the barrels when they go to try and have them extracted? I've recreated it, so it's not happened to me. I've literally separated the top part from the bottom. and I've popped the top part in the barrels, and I just want to show you, they don't actually get stuck. Yeah, so watch. You see that? So it's not the end of the world if that happens. Right, so what I'm going to do here, I've just put 2 BBs in each cartridge, because if I can remember correctly, over the years, and from my first couple of videos that I did, the more BBs you put in these cartridges, the more problematic this platform is. Right, I've taken my right hand glove off because it's quite fiddly trying to wear gloves operating 2 triggers. Now I'll try and get both barrels to work at the same time. Here we go, I've got my eye protection on, safety is off. Oh, there you go. Right, hold on. Again, this never gets old. In fact, zoom in. Lovely. Love the way they get extracted there. Now, let me not cut the camera. Let's just see if the cartridges are still whole as I take them out. Nice. Here's hoping for the second one. Nice. So, what can you take away from today's video? This 2025 unboxing of this Hawsan or Farsan or HS or Hwasan shotgun will give you a very nice looking darker stained wood than the original ones. It will come in a different box. It comes with the same crappy cartridge, it comes with the same quality cartridges. And when I say quality, quality doesn't mean good. You can get good quality, medium quality, you can get bad quality. But anyway, it comes with the same cartridges, same issues. I'm going to say, the only thing I will say, and I am saying this through personal experience, these bad boys work perfectly if you only put 2 or 3 BBs in there. If you put the recommended 5, sometimes it's not going to fire. Or even worse, as I experienced throughout this filming and years ago, you can pull the trigger and nothing happens. And then a few seconds later, pop! It fires. So be very, very, very mindful of that. Now, as I said in one of my original videos, you don't have to stick with those bad boys. There's a little mod you can do to a different branded Airsoft cartridge, and they will work in here beautifully. Thanks for watching. You know, I've always wanted to say, "Here, get off my land!" or, "I see a wabbit."